Hello, my name is Malikar. Nice to meet you. Welcome back. Well, I'm laughing because last episode ended like in a weird note because from nowhere the sounds went off from my controller. It wasn't the game, of course. It was my controller. It had like 3 years. I just got one control. Why I didn't bought another one? I don't know. I have always had one control on all the consoles that I have owned. That means Nintendo 64,
No.
GameCube, Wii, and PlayStation 2. Just one controller, yeah. So, we had a lot to do. Let's go and talk to people. Ash! It seems both the main and branch campus have some promising young candidates this year. In fact, if you two are headed to the army after your graduation, I'll gladly welcome you to the 4th Armored Division. It's an honor to hear that from Craig the Red himself, but I prefer to stay by His Highness' poop side in whatever way possible. Sound like you just got shot down, old man. So it seems. How about you then? Care to join the 4th? Sorry, but I'm not into hanging out with a bunch of muscle heads. But if you got a ton of cuties like the Icy Maiden, maybe I'll think about it. Well, I won't say tons, but we got a few. Just between you and me though, simply being part of the 4th is enough to send ladies. Whatever you use this little perk to your own end is entirely up to you. Seriously? Alright, now we're talking, old man. Hey, eyebrows. That's all it takes to tear you away from your beloved poop. And maybe there's hope for you after all. What do you mean by that? I'm still loyal to the poop. Oh, and don't call me eyebrows. This seems like a roadie group. Oh. I always thought Craig the Red would be so gigantic hard ass. But turns out he knows what's up. Hey Craig. Fritz and Ash, they both look very promising. They're polar opposite. If they both join the 4th Armored Division, things could get really interesting. True, they could end up being a good combination. Make that happen. Falcon, make that happen. I really need to see which way I need to go. Excuse me. Hello Alicia, Towa, are you enjoying yourselves? We are, thank you. It's really a lovely party. I just wish Angie was here with us. Good, just Angie. But Prince Oliver promised he'd look into her disappearance. So I'm happy to make a lot of memories tonight I can share with her on she's back. I'm sorry, Towa. But you're right, I'm sure she'd like that. Yeah, I can totally see her now, hanging on you every word. Oh yes, there was something I want to ask you about, Towa. Is Rin as popular at the branch campus as I suspect he is? Seeing the way Muse drops herself all over him, I had to wonder. Alicia. To be honest, I was wondering that myself. Knowing him, he keep his hand off his students, but still. Well, Rin is certainly admirable by a lot of people. But when it comes to romantic feelings, the pool's a bit smaller. I see. And would you be swimming around that pool by any chance? Me? Look at Alicia! I mean, I like him as a colleague, but... something is fishy. We may need to dive deeper into this topic. I should slowly back away before they notice me. They notice me and I'm took for a second time. Rin, you come at a good time. We got a question for you. Tell us, how many fans do you have at the branch campus? Fans? What are you talking? Sorry, Rin. There are like a lot here. Hey, oh! Now this seems like an interesting group. All the groups are interesting, Rin. Well, I was telling Sharon we should go out drinking together just the other day, and so I decided to join her now. And I'm here too, not for the booze though, there's some juicy stories going on. Stories? About what? Stories from 4 years ago. About how a certain someone got in my way when I was trying to get back here from Northumbria. Oh. Well, Lecter told us, right? Last we met was when you requested my aid to stop in Lady Sarah. But first we need to make sure the Purple Lightning, the youngest A-rank bracer at the time, didn't interfere. So we made sure she had a thorough time coming back from Northumbria. As a result, the Divine Blade had to postpone his return to Liber. And so the first stage of the Professor Brilliant Gospel plan was complete. So imagine if Sarah would have appeared in the sky, and then I see her in Cold Steel 1. Oh my god. That would be like... Yes, I admit what I did to Lady Sarah. While my love and loyalty belong to the Rainford family now, back then the fool contacted me personally and asked me for my assistance. I didn't tell Chairman Irina the details, but she gave me leave regardless. And since then you had no other contact with Ouroboros? Swear to Adios? No, I swear on the Rainford family. This is pretty intense. Well, if you're bringing up the Rainford name, then I know you're serious. Alright, I gave up. And I suppose you did get injured pretty badly when you went up against Macborn back in Crossbell. So I believe you when it comes to this anyway. Oh, Lady Sarah, thank you. Alright, I love me a happy ending. Thinking back though, that get-up you had on looked like a pretty tight fit. I think something like that really limits your movement. I just can't believe you were able to slip out of my grasp for a whole week. Well, as someone who deals behind the scenes, I have a number of sneaky tricks at my disposal. I never be a match for you in a head-on battle, so please don't feel so embarrassed you were unable to beat me back then. Hey, who say I was embarrassed? You wanna go right now? Meet me outside the palace. So that's interesting that like she was with Rainford. Okay, I would have thought that, but I didn't. So this is a very good like she was with Rainford and Ouroboros contact her. At the end of the day, then it's her decision to do it or not to do it. I should decide to do it.
Now
4 years ago, huh? That's been about 1 year after Gramps took me in. I think I remember reading about this stuff in the files I borrowed from Lecter. Huh? Ah yes, that will make sense. Wait, you mean the Intelligence Division knew about me and Sharon? Nah, it wasn't about you two, it was more about that S-rank bracer from Liber. So she's talking about the file from Sky the Third that they show? He had to come here from Liber to help out the other bracer because you were stuck in Northumbria, right? The report was pretty detailed up until the part where the Jagger corpse the society was using got completely wiped out. Oh, and it also sounded like they were monitoring Prince Oliver during his trip to Liber. Wow, the Intelligence Division is impressive, and just as they're fine. Do you think it may have been Mayor Arundel who was monitoring him? No doubt, I'm sure the orders came down straight from the top of their little group. Man, Cassius really helped me out a lot back in those days, but I haven't been seeing him since he quit being a bracer and went back to Liber's army. Ah, damn shame too, he was quite a gentleman. Do you like it, his mustache? Yeah, he seems like he'd be right up your alley for sure. Small war. He and I are all fellow disciples under Master Kafai. Since we were all connected through our acquaintance before we even knew each other. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, after all? Let's go downstairs. Altina! Was that really 2 years ago? Dang. Yes, the hot spring in Ymir were lovely, but so was the food. I'd like to go back there with everyone again sometime. You all seem to be having a good time. Sound like you were talking about Ymir? Oh, Rin! Yes, we were talking about the trip everyone took there together. Yes, the hot spring paradise, Ymir, hometown of both Instructor Rin and Elise. I've been there before as well. Oh yeah, that's right. But you weren't exactly there for a vacation. Yeah, kidnapping Elise and the princess isn't really a touristing activity. Just for your information. But that was just for your mission, right? Have you ever been there for fun? No. I generally don't go anywhere unless required by a mission. Oh, that's a shame. Come to think of it, I know Altina a while now. I never seen her go anywhere for fun. Growing up in a Jagger Corp, I sorta know how that is. So that means you have never gone to Ymir Hot Springs then? Correct, I admit I'm a little curious about it. For example, how does bathing in a hot spring differ from a normal bath? It's a world of difference. To put it simple, it's bliss, it's what a bathing must be like in heaven. The difference is that significant. Look at her face of determination. Elise, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm sure I am. Altina, how would you like to come visit Ymir sometime? Oh, I'd like to give you a proper tour of the town if we could. Are you sure? Of course, we'd love to have you. Do it, it'd be fun. In fact, maybe you should go with everyone in your class. Okay, thank you. Oh, abordada. We hold you to that. And now we have another promise to look forward to it. When the time comes, I have to do my best to be a good host. So by incorporation these new mathematical models, the country economic can be developed even further. Correct, economics is nothing more than a probability model based off sociology. What are you talking about? It would be foolish to think mathematics has no bearing on it. You are right, of course. I suppose one could say the same of music theory. Really? Music and math seem like completely different files to me. Sound is simply different frequency and wavelength of vibration in the air. Things easily convert into equations. Whatever expressed in sound or in formula, beautiful music remains beautiful. Is he smiling? He's smiling! Professor! I'm gonna try to say your name. Not right now. Not right now. There must be a moment in which I will say your name. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. But you will always be my professor. It seems kind of crazy to hear it put it that way, but yeah, the way he talks about it is strangely compelling. Professor, would you be able to share an example of that with us? Yeah, I'm curious too. These two seem pretty interesting. I'm a little surprised to hear he has any hobbies at all. We are all impressed, don't worry. Gaius! I'm Patrick Harmers, third son of the Harmers host. I'm ashamed that I haven't introduced myself to you before now, sir. There's no need to be so formal, Patrick. Besides, it's a bit rare that I even in Erebonia, so I'm partly to blame. I have heard you are quite a traveler. Speaking of, Mr. Warzel here tells me you visit North quite often. Yeah, he got a house there. By this point he's pretty much like one of the family. I just can't get enough of the beautiful expanse of land up there. On top of that, the clean air does these old bones good. I had a cabin built by the lakeside a few years back. So lovely, Schweizer told me about the time he spent there. Nor is truly stupendous, the endless stretch of land, the free-flowing breeze, not to mention the kind and hospitality people. When I'm in North, it's like all the troubles of the world weighing on my mind blow away with the wind. My, hearing all that makes me more intrigued than ever. Honestly, I felt fairly troubled myself lately. Well, it was plain to see you had a lot to deal with back in Ordis. You should come visit sometime. If our schedules line up, I'll show you around. I appreciate the offer. Oh, and Warzel. I'd like to take this chance to apologize for saying such awful things about you. Yeah, oh, Patrick. Oh, I completely forgot. It's fine, I knew at the time you weren't thinking clearly. I appreciate the apology though. Thank you. Oh, hello. When did you show up, Stalker? About halfway through. You truly is a wonderful thing. Yeah, Gaius, Patrick, I'm happy for both of you. I'm not liking this. It's too much happiness. I don't like too much happiness. God damn it, what you guys are talking about? How do you do, my empress? As my father, Viscount Arce, could not be here tonight, I, his daughter, greet you in his place. Laura, I haven't seen you in some time. I hear you have mastered your family's sword style. I'm so happy to see how much you have grown. Thank you for your kind words. Now, I believe it's your turn. I'm at the grant of the Thor's Military Academy's main campus, Class 1. I'm truly indebted to your poop and I mean indebted. Sorry, She's tripping all over her words. There's no need to be nervous. Poop told me all about his friend from class. I've also been told about a certain bright young lady who excels in both her study and her club's activities. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend to my Poop. Such kind words are wasted on me. I'm Yuna Crawford of Thor's Branch Campus. It's an honor to meet you, Your Highness. So you are... Alfin told me about you and what happened in Crossbell. Further, allow me to apologize for my son's behavior toward those of you in Branch Campus. Oh, thank you. Huh? Don't worry, there's no need for that. I think our field exercise in Crossbell turned out for the best. It really made me rebuild myself. Now I have a better idea of the sort of things I can do to help moving forward. For a better future, not just for Crossbell, but for Erebonia too. Well said. It's clear to me you carry the spirit of Class 7 quite admirably. I sincerely believe the people of Erebonia could learn from the positivity outlook of yours. Thank you so much, all of you, for what you have done for this country and what you will do in the future, Yuna, Ada, and Laura. Of course, I won't let you down. I swear on my sword and soul. I continue to do all I can, Your Highness. I got a feeling Ada will be important. Hey there, you two. I hear you both introducing yourself to the Empress. Good job. Oh, Instructor Rin. Instructor, perhaps you should consider teaching your students basic manners when speaking with nobility. When she began casually discussing her past grievances with a member of the Imperial family, my breath caught in my throat. Yeah? Are you sure you weren't just choking on your words again? There's no need to bring that up again. These two makes quite a pair. Queen? Green. It's good to see you again, Your Highness. We haven't... oh, I mean... like... I don't know if he has done that before, but... allow me to apologize for... yeah, don't worry. Though I'm sure Alfin and Oliver have already said the same thing to you. No, please, it's not fine. You should throw him into the street. I can help you throw him into the street with Valimar. I suppose that's a good way to look at things. In any event, I should hold you here too long. I'm sure there are many people here who would like to speak with you, so please enjoy yourself. Thank you, Your Highness. Oh my god, Rin. So polite. Where else? Where else? There. Oh, here. You. So you learned your swordplay from my brother then? Yeah, though before that the lector taught me some basics. But since he's stylish, should we say highly improvisational, I consider Lord Rufus my true teacher. That say, he only trained me for a short while when I was still living here in Hemildar. You only receive a small amount of training and you have become this strong? I'm impressed. Strong or what? Being an asshole? I fear Governor General Rufus' court fancy skills are second to none. So I'm sure his lessons were very thorough. They are indeed. My brother started teaching me when I was 10. I've trained since then in the hopes of surprising him. I can only wonder how close I gotten. Perhaps you will have the opportunity to find out before too long. Girl, what you talking about? What about you, Court? When are you planning to be able to surprise your father and brother? I'm sure you know just as well as I do, but they are on such a different level from normal people, it's almost inhuman. My father is starting to feel his age, but it say he's still nearly as strong as the Radiant Blade Master. I had to spend decades training to even reach them, much less surpass them. The Thunder God, I doubt that even my brother could prove a match for him. If there were anyone in Arbonia who would prove a match, it would be likely the Rakasha, or perhaps. Looks like this conversation really is starting to heat up. Oh, Instructor Rin. You come at the perfect time. Join us, Instructor. We were just discussing swordplay. Come join us as a disciple of the 8 Leaves. Well, if you insist. I guess when you get enough Erebonian men in one place, it's only a matter of time before we start talking about swords. Except, oh my god, why? Ah, Rin, a moment if you will. Oh my god, even in private, oh. Push him! I'd like to thank you. I hear you agreed to share Alfin firsthand tonight. I didn't. I'm sure she's happy besides herself with happiness. Hold on a second. I thought she was just kidding about that. Given the current atmosphere, I don't really think I can accept. Oh, is that so? It seems to be those rumors that have been spreading like wildfire lately, maybe more than just talk. But I think the Ashen Chevalier is more than qualified to be partner for my sister. Perhaps even beyond tonight's dance, if you know what I mean. No. I mean, I'm nowhere near qualified for that. Well, unfortunately for you, Alfin First Dan is part of tonight's schedule. If there's already someone you're planning to have a feature with, then that's that, I suppose. But will you dance with her tonight regardless? Think of it as a favor, not only for my sister, but the entire Imperial family. There is still plenty of time before the dance. Do think it over. Sherma and Mom, Claire and Muse. You three sure make an interesting... Okay, enough, Rin. I thought I may use this opportunity to scout out some promising talent. The Ice Maiden here oversees logistics for the Empire's railroad system. Were you to join Earth, I will ensure you were immediately placed in a position worthy of your talent. I'm flattered, but I think military logistics and business logistics may be a bit different too. Oh, I don't know about that. In both warfare and business, you need to physically allocate limited personnel and resources. I'm sure Mayor Clay will make a wonderful businesswoman. An excellent analysis. Muse Egret, I saw potential in the reports you submitted about the Arts Rifle and the Crescent. If you can't decide what to do after you graduate, I'll have a spot waiting for you. For that matter, the RP will welcome your talents too. I'm sure you may have some concern regarding your house, but I'm sure I can help. Why, thank you, I'm flat, huh? There we go. One more. Excuse me, I need to come here.
It is a great honor to have been invited here.
This on top of what you did for us following the Northern War. I can't even begin to properly show my gratitude.
Raise your heads, both of you. I've already pardoned you for what happened in the Civil War. Given how much you've contributed since then, there's no need to revisit the past. Wouldn't you agree, Marquis High Arms?
Wholeheartedly. The Civil War was a product of the four great houses. Personally, I feel I'm the one who deserves to be locked away for a while.
No more of that talk from you either. Were you to be detained, half the Empire would cease functioning. Had Lord Ragnar been here in Heimdall, I would have loved for him to join us tonight.
As would I. Perhaps we should schedule a meeting with him soon.
That aside, I hear both of you play a very active role during the events in La Mer. You faced the blazing demon, Brigadier General, while the general here went toe to toe with the Steel Maiden. You hear correctly. But that monster is said to be a match for even the Radiant Blade Master. The best I could do was hold him off. I will say that battle was a very rare and valuable experience. Though I also be very interested in see your 104 military combat techniques. That certainly takes me back, but I feel those days are behind me. If Van Dyck isn't yet old enough to retire from the front lines, then you certainly aren't either. Not to mention Victor, Mateus and Sex. Perhaps this is a bit childish of me, but given all of Eribonia's fame-made swordsmen, I can't help but wonder which is the greatest among them. A hear Liber has held swordmanship tournament before, where our fighters to participate. It will be quite a spectacle. Oliver tells me foreigners were welcome to join. If the opportunity presents itself, I'd love to take part. My, I fear may have awakened a sleeping tiger. Ospor is like so cool. I don't think I should interrupt this conversation. Oh well, I look forward to another opportunity. But Principal Leguin sure is something. She doesn't hold herself back at all, even when talking to him.